Hello everybody, welcome to my channel, The Hidden Gems. I'm Xu. A lot of people have been asking me where to travel in Yunnan province during vacations or holidays. So today I'm bringing you a detailed 3-day, 2-night travel guide to Jingmai Mountain, the latest UNESCO World Heritage in China and the first tea cultural heritage site in the world. In today's video, I'm going to show you top 3 must-sees at Jingmai Mountain. The old tea forests, the traditional villages, and the clouds. At the end, I'll share some personal travel tips with you, and I've split the video into 2 chapters, so feel free to jump to whatever interests you. Alright, without further ado, let's get started. Jingmai Mountain is located in Pu'er City. Getting there from Kunming is super easy. You can either take a 3-hour train ride along the China-Laos Railway or fly into Simao or Jingmai Airport, which takes around an hour. Once you are in Pu'er City, you can rent a car or hire a driver, and in about 3 hours, you'll be at Jingmai Mountain scenic area. I chose to drive myself this time, and it took about 8 hours from downtown Kunming to get to the scenic area. Once you enter, just follow the main road for about half an hour and you'll reach Dapingzhang, one of the largest area of old tea trees on Jingmai Mountain. Jingmai Mountain has nearly 2,000 years of tea growing history, with over 1,180 hectares of tea forests and more than 3 million old tea trees. That makes it the world's largest, best preserved, and oldest tea forest. Look at those tea trees around you. They might look small, but each one is over 100 years old. They quietly surround you with their lush greenery and the gentle aroma, whispering the power of time. Beyond the impressive numbers, Jingmai's tea forest has this amazing self-sustaining ecosystem. The tea trees here don't need any fertilizer or pesticides. The towering trees shield the tea trees from harsh weather, and their fallen leaves turn into natural organic fertilizer for tea trees. The forest flower spiders are considered guardians, munching on hundreds of pests each year to keep tea leaves healthy. The stone roads in the scenic area are also part of this eco-friendly approach, keeping the tea trees free from chemical contamination. We got super lucky and caught the tail end of the cherry blossom season in December. The whole mountain was covered in this dreamy mix of cherry blossoms and tea trees. I took a deep breath. Flora and tea scents were just so refreshing. Jingmai Mountain is home to 9 villages, mainly inhabited by the Nuogang and Dazhai ethnic groups. These folks have been passing down their ancestors' wisdom for generations, showing deep respect for the sacred tea forests and guarding them like protecting their own eyes. Here, growing and harvesting tea isn't just a job, it's a belief, a way of life that's all about harmony between human and nature. And this sustainable way of living is a big reason why Jingmai Mountain was recognized as a World Heritage Site. As you wander through the Nuogang and Wengji villages, you'll see traditional stilted dwellings. The upper level is for living, while the lower level is for keeping livestock. You'll also come across unique ethnic ritual sites and totems like the village heart, temples, and the tea spirit pillars. Every few steps, friendly locals in traditional clothing invite you in for tea. No pushy sales, just a warm welcome to sit, to sip some authentic pu'er tea and let time slow down. Nuogang and Wengji are definitely great places to stay, but if you're looking for something quieter, Manggeng village, where I stay, is a great choice too. It's the first Dai village you'll hit as you enter the scenic area. The guest house I stay at is run by a family that also runs a tea business. The owner told me that March and April are their busiest months, with everyone working overtime to process tea leaves, sometimes even skipping the Dai New Year. She also taught me how to tell the Bulang and Dai villages apart. Just check out the roof decorations. Bulang houses have tea leaf spas on the roof, while Dai houses have bull horns and a medicinal plant called Shihu, which is like a natural clock. When it blooms, people know it's time to pick tea leaves. As night fell, the owner lit a bonfire and taught us Dai dance. The steps don't have to be perfect. Just lose yourself in the joy of the moment. It made me realize that every ordinary day is worth celebrating. Dance with the day's fatigue, fill the night with laughter, and greet the next morning with the brightest smile. Life is meant to be this pure and beautiful. And don't miss out the other villages along the way. Each one has hidden gems waiting to be discovered. From November to February, you can see the stunning sea of clouds pretty frequently. There's a debate online about where to get the best view, but honestly, I think all the best views are from the public viewing decks. You'll see a lot of these stops along the way. They're like a combination of rest areas and viewpoints. The Sea of Clouds had this incredible ability to make you forget all your worries. The clouds roll and shift, creating a scene that's both soft and mysterious. Standing above the clouds, breathing the fresh mountain air, you feel all your troubles just float away, leaving only peace and beauty. Every time I visit a World Heritage site, it feels like I'm stepping through time, connecting with history, and standing alongside the great minds of the past. That's a feeling that's almost indescribable, like reuniting with something long lost. I'm really happy with how this trip turned out, especially the scene area has clear maps, signs, and descriptions everywhere, which is quite friendly to a first timer without a tour guide like me. I didn't have to worry about getting lost at all. The only tiny flaw was when I saw this building that looked like a visitor center in the great village, with what seemed like a lot of detailed info displayed inside. But unfortunately, it wasn't open. After seeing all the amazing sights and culture, I would have loved to go in and to learn more, and maybe catch some details I missed during the visit. Finally, here are a few tips before you go. Even though Pu'er is great to visit year-round, if you are coming to Jingmai Mountain, make sure you check out the weather ahead of time and avoid long raining spells. If you are coming on March or April during the tea picking seasons, you might have trouble sleeping with everybody processing tea leaves late into the night. But if that doesn't bother you, this is also the greatest time to experience the Diet New Year. There are not a lot of restaurants on Jingmai Mountain, and they tend to close early, so make sure to arrange meals with your guest house or plan your dining spots ahead of time. Like I mentioned earlier, Jingmai Mountain has some fantastic travel products. I highly recommend you to pick up a booklet like this at the viewpoint. It has descriptions and a very detailed map on it in English. It's not only helpful for your trip, but also makes for a good souvenir. And check this out. I also brought back a coffee cup from Jingmai Mountain. I think it's pretty nice, isn't it? You'll find locals everywhere inviting you to have a tea. I know city folks like us might be a little cautious, but really no need to worry. They're just genuinely hospitable and I want you to try their tea for free. I even met a tourist who was sipping tea when the owner said he had to step out for a bit, then just left the whole house full of tea to him, saying Mi casa es tu casa. Well, I think you're all set for your trip to Jingmai Mountain, right? I've dropped my 3-day itinerary down below for you to check out. If this video was helpful, don't forget to give it a thumb up. And thank you very much for watching. I will see you on the next adventure.